Hello, everyone, and welcome. I'm Carrie Saunders, Senior Director of Marketing and Strategic Partnerships at the Vacation Group. And today I'm excited to be joined by two of my absolute favorite people. First, we have Dondra Ritzenthaler, CEO of Azamara. Dondra, thank you so much for being with us today. And joining us as well is our very own Royal Amati, SVP and General Manager of the Vacation Group. Today,
Hi,
we're going to
everyone.
be talking all about Azamara Forward, what's ahead for the brand, what makes Azamara such a unique cruise experience, and what travelers and travel advisors can look forward to. Dondra, we're so excited to have you with us and can't wait to hear what's ahead for Azamara. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to Royal, and he has some great questions for you. Royal, take it away.
Thank you.
Before we start, I got to give a little bit of background. Dondra and I would go way back. I want to say probably 15, 16 years when she was in Celebrity Cruises. What she has done with Celebrity Cruises and where it is today, Dondra was the face of Celebrity. As you guys know that I don't sugarcoat anything. I usually say it the way it is. Dondra was the face of Celebrity Cruises. And now that she has moved to Azamara, I got to tell you, Azamara, where it was and what it is right now is night and day. So Dondra, just kudos to you of what you have accomplished so far, and the road ahead of you is so much brighter for the Azamara Cruises. And I'm very excited and delighted that you are talking to us about Azamara Forward program that you have launched, and just being with us, for our audience. So thank you.
I got to tell you, it's like coming home to see both of you, and I'm so honored to be here and be a part of that with y'all. Thank you.
I appreciate that. So before we go through all the questionnaires and drill you a little bit, okay, because we kind of enjoy doing that. Tell me about when you started with Azamara. It took a while. We knew, remember, we talked about it, and you're like, yes, there's something happening, but I really can't say. And what we are today. Tell me about Azamara and the vision that you have for the Azamara and the future of Azamara.
Well, it's funny when you get to be my age, Royal, and we were just talking about this, I've been in this amazing business for literally 40 plus years. 20 at American Airlines, which I love, and they'll always be my family, 20 at Celebrity, like you mentioned. And then I've had the honor and privilege of being the CEO for the first time as a 63-year-old. Let's go, girls. First time CEO of Azamara Cruises. But when you say, when did you start with Azamara Cruises? Believe it or not, I was part of the team that brought out Azamara Cruises in 2007. That's crazy, right? We got to bring those beautiful ships into the company. We named them Azamara. We named all of the restaurants. We did all of that. And then Larry Pimentel came in and took over, so that we could just go back and concentrate on Celebrity. And so fast forward, now 23 years and getting to come home and be the CEO of Azamara Cruises truly is the greatest honor of my life. And in the 2.5 years that I've been here, it has been joy. It has been wonderful getting to lead the team with my head and heart. It has been wonderful listening to the consumers and our amazing travel partners like y'all. And so it's led me. It's led me on, what are the things that we need to focus on? And so we've done that, right? And that's how Azamara Forward, which I know we're going to talk about a lot in detail, was created because I listened to you and I listened to our amazing loyal customers. And that's really been the last 2.5 years. And I got to tell you, I'm looking forward to the next 3.5 years. So I cannot wait to see what's next for us.
Absolutely. From Azamara, as amazing. And now we have the new program, Azamara Forward. For a lot of our audience who know about Azamara Cruises, they know everything about it, but they don't know about this new announcement. Can you give us a little bit of details about that?
Oh, it's such my pleasure. I owe you big time for giving me the chance to do that. So we announced that we're going to spend $80 million. That's a lot of money, everybody. I don't know about y'all, but 80 million feels like a whole lot, right? We're going to spend $80 million, $20 million on each of our 4 little beautiful baby ships. And remember, guys, our ships only have 350 staterooms, and the maximum it holds at 100% capacity is 700 guests. So we're a baby ship, right? And I love that. And what we're going to do is literally every space, every stateroom, public bathrooms, spa, restaurants. We're opening a new restaurant called the Chef's Table. We're going to have Atlas Bar on every ship. And Royal and Carrie, what I want y'all to think about is just walking on and the ship feeling like a brand new ship. You know, it's sort of like we've been in our homes for 20 years and we absolutely love our home and we don't want to move, but we want to go in and refresh and change things. And so that's what we're doing with Azamara Forward. And, you know, there's some really cool specifics, but really it's the sum of the part. That you're going to walk into our ships and say, oh my God, these are still the same beautiful small ships, no lines, intimate spaces, but oh my God, it feels brand new.
Well, that's amazing, Dondra. I can't wait to see the $80 million investment. And when it's all done, I'm telling you, it's just going to be amazing. Let me ask a question. When you guys were thinking about this program, okay, what was your vision? What did you want to get out? So when the guests come to the ship on this new refurbished and new program that you have set, what kind of wow that you wanted to see our Azamara clients have?
You know what I want them to feel is the warmness and the intimacy that they feel now with just everything being fresh. You know, we didn't want to completely change everything because our guests love our ships. You know, our repeat ratio blows my mind of how our guests come on. And this is what they say, not me. They say, I come on as a guest and I come back as family. And Dondra, we want you to spend this money. We want you to refresh the ships, but please don't change them dramatically. And so that's why, you know, we're going to have an Atlas bar where Discovery's Lounge used to be. And we're going to have where the drawing room was, we're going to actually now have that be a chef's table restaurant. And then one of the things that I was going to tell you absolutely separate, but it's probably a good time to weave it in, is that we're actually the one big change on the first ship, which is Quest, is we're literally adding, y'all. I mean, think about this. We're creating a penthouse suite deck and we're literally going to lift it on the top and put it on the top of the ship.
Oh my
And
God.
that's going to give us 12 more suites because as y'all know, because you do such a great job for us, we sell our suites first. And so suites sell out and then we sell the rest. And so when you combine that mission of keep our wonderful ode to Azamara Cruises, make everything feel new and fresh, get new shows, and get this new space so that people can have, you know, brand new cabins.
That's great. I would love to see a video of how they put these together. It just is amazing.
Well, you know what? We tell everybody that we're doing this dry dock in 25 days, and they're like, wait, what? You're going to create and I go, no, the work is being done now, but
Right.
we're going to actually put it on the ship in 25 days. That's how long the dry dock is.
It's amazing. You know, when you see some of the videos of the ships, it's like a Lego. You know, everything just like, you know, goes boxed in together and then boom,
Exactly.
it's amazing. When you set up the new Azamara Forward program, obviously, like you said, the bars, the hallways, even to the bathrooms and everything else, obviously that's going to be very noticeable. As somebody walking in, they'll be like, wow, you know, you get that as amazing wow experience. Okay. But what you are proud of to basically upgrading this program that people might not notice or might not see?
Well, I got to tell you my favorite thing, because what we try to do is we tried to do this very wisely and analytically, right? Is that we go, what's the top 3 or 4 things that our guests comment on, right? And let's make sure that we go and we make those really special. But you wouldn't see every stateroom, right? You would only see the stateroom that you buy. And so my favorite thing is that every single stateroom from our literal insides, which we have very few of, but our insides, ocean views, balconies, suites, every single stateroom is getting a complete refresh. And about 2 months ago, Carrie and Royal, I actually went to Quest and we did a mock-up of what the staterooms are going to look like. And oh my goodness, y'all, they're so beautiful. And so that's my favorite part because that's the part that You're only going to see one of them, not all of them, but the impression and the impact that I think that's going to make on you when you very first walk in that stateroom and you see the beautiful, white furniture and these curtains that are blue at the top and then they sort of go down into a beige color and it feels like the water. And I got to tell you, it feels really good. In fact, I asked the designer, could I please have those curtains for my home?
Only Dondra.
She said no, though.
What? How can she say no to you?
She said
It's
no.
Dondra.
She said these are just for Azamara. And I go, okay, I got to love
All
that.
right,
No
fine.
problem.
Being that we're on this side of the business, while you guys are obviously you're on the other side, and we're great partners. I have to tell you, from what I have seen and from all the surveys that we send to our clients, I don't think I have once have seen anything negative about their experience that they had on Azamara. And I'm being honest with you. If I did, I probably missed it, but everything that I have seen about Azamara, and I know that majority of our clients who sail on Azamara, they keep booking and booking Azamara over and over again. So, from my end, again, I could only talk about my side. We see a huge loyalty to Azamara product, and obviously from your end, you might see the same as well. What does excite you more for these loyal clients, these past passengers that have been with you, have gone to Azamara for many, many years, and now for the first time, they're going to be walking into this new Azamara Forward program?
So, Royal, it's a terrific question. And I have to tell you, my favorite is how loyal these guests are. Like, I was just on the CEO cruise the other day, and the number one cruisers that had been with us more than anybody else, are you ready for this? Had 962 cruise nights with us.
Wow.
Can you imagine? There's only 365 days in a year, okay? And what happens is they fall in love with our crew, y'all. The ships are absolutely beautiful. We've invested in entertainment. The food is spectacular. And we really do let our guests get immersed in the destination, honestly and humbly, better than anybody else. But those are wonderful reasons that they come back. But honestly, it's the relationship between our guest and our crew that's the secret sauce. And I often say, I don't know what we put in the water for our crew, but they drink it and they love our guests, and it really works, y'all. And so that's why we have such a nice repeat ratio, and our guests keep coming back over and over. It's you guys that help us bring those guests to us the first time. And we're so grateful to y'all for doing that. And then they just keep coming back. And I will never, ever take that for granted as the leader of the team. And I really appreciate those guests so much. And then we love our first cruise because that's just the first of 25 years of cruising.
I think the crew has picked up what you are. Okay. And honestly, I don't think they have the word no in their vocabulary. And I think that's what makes the difference. Okay. And if they can't get that done, they'll figure out a way, or they will basically go to a next person to, instead of just saying no. I think Azamara just has a different philosophy and a different way, because I might not know the answer. I might not this be available, but let's see, we could tweak it. Let's see what we could do to make you happy, or to get what you want, or to answer your question.
I thank you for saying that they are mimicking me, but I'll be honest, I think that they have been like that for a very long time. And me coming in, what I've just done is I've just let them know how much I love and appreciate what it is that they do every day.
I don't think you ever said no to me.
I don't think I ever have either. In fact, what I do for you is the answer is yes. Now, Royal, what's the question?
Right.
But you know what? I love our friendship. And I love, Carrie, I look at Carrie, and I look at you, and I look at the fact that we've been doing this together for 20 years. And I'm humbled and I'm grateful, and I just love you as people. And that makes it so much easier.
That's what it is. It's not a business partnership. We are actually friends, and
That's
that
right.
makes it that much more important and better. So, Dondra, for somebody who's never been on Azamara before, what would be your recommendation?
So I would very easily say that at Azamara, we're the global leader in a small ship destination immersion experience. So what we're going to do is we're going to have this beautiful small ship that's going to take you to these small places around the world. And then we're going to, which by the way, the big ships can't take you to because they're too big. And then we're going to let you really get immersed. And I'm going to give you an example like Seville, Spain. We go up the river and then we stay for 3 days. And so you're not going to come in at 8 and leave at 3 and be rushing back to the ship. And so that's what it's all about. And then when you come on, it's like you're going to have these small moments with the crew. So it's all about being small, right? And so that is really what Azamara Cruises is all about. We're going to get you there, places that you couldn't otherwise go. And then we're going to give you, as part of the experience, what we call an As Amazing Evening. And we put these culturally rich, beautiful experiences together when we're ashore in one place. And by the way, if you tried to do it, you couldn't. And that's how special it is. So that's what we are. That's what we deliver. And when you really want to get into the destination in a more authentic way, we're the choice for you. That's what I would say, Royal.
And you couldn't say it any better, to be honest with you,
Thank
because
you.
Azamara is exactly that's what it is. And the personality, the excitement that comes from you, it goes down to the crew and it goes to the Azamara. And I have to tell you, one of my favorite cruise line, one of my favorite experience was Azamara. And I was sold. Um, I am done. I think I have asked all the questions and drilled Dondra as much as I could, although it's hard to drill Dondra. But she is just
I
amazing.
just love
With that,
you and I love what I do, buddy.
absolutely, absolutely. Well, thank you very much, Dondra, and I'm going to transfer it to Carrie for few rapid questions with Dondra. Thank you again, Dondra,
Absolutely.
for being with us.
Thank you, my friend. It's great to see your amazing face.
All right, Dondra, you ready?
I'm ready. Let's go.
Of course she's ready. One word to describe Azamara Forward.
Immersive. Oh, Azamara Forward. Hold on. You said Azamara Forward.
I did.
Innovative.
Good. Those are both good words.
I know, but it's funny. I thought you were going to say Azamara, and so I was going to say immersive, but then you said forward, so now I had to change the word. So now it is that. But I cheated. I got 2 things in. Yay.
Hysterical. Which enhancement are you personally most excited about?
So probably besides the staterooms that I talked about with Royal, I would say the chef's table, because it's going to be this beautiful place that our guests can go to that overlooks the pool and the water, and is also going to be an opportunity to have just an extraordinary meal on board our ship.
Yeah, I think that's going to be such a huge hit. It's very exciting. Biggest guest wow moment.
I was just on our ships for the CEO cruise. And I have to tell you that the biggest guest wow was watching one of our 4 brand new shows that we're putting on each ship, that I knew the shows were going to be good, Carrie. But when I watched this new show called Vinyl Records, I have to tell you, I was absolutely blown away. So that's the
Oh,
biggest guest wow that I just got off of.
amazing. Amazing. Hidden gem that guests shouldn't miss on board.
Oh,
Or on
wow.
shore. It can be either.
Hidden gem. I would probably say either Prime Sea or Aquilina. Y'all can tell I love food. Food makes me happy. I don't know how y'all feel about that. Either Prime Sea or Aquilina, because the dining experience in there it's small and it's intimate and it's so good. In fact, there's this dessert that you got to save space for. It's called chocolate fondant. And it is literally like this beautiful chocolate cake that has lava and white chocolate coming out of it. Oh my God. It's a do not miss. That's the
Well,
second wow, Carrie.
I got to tell you, you had me at chocolate. So,
That's right.
Really good.
all right. And last one. Finish this sentence. The future of Azamara is.
Amazingly bright, and I'm humbled and honored to get to be a part of it.
That's amazing. And we're so excited to see all the enhancements that are being made. I know that there's a lot of excitement around it. So very exciting future for sure.
And guys,
Dondra,
thank you for having me. I feel so at home and so grateful that y'all would let me be a part of this.
oh, we wouldn't have it any other way. Dondra, thank
Absolutely.
you so much for being here and giving us an inside look at what's next for Azamara. And Royal, thanks for all the great questions. There's clearly a lot to look forward to with Azamara, and we can't wait to see where the journey goes from here. So for our viewers, if you are ready to experience Azamara for yourself, our travel advisors are here to help you find the perfect Azamara voyage for you. Thank you so much for watching. And if you've enjoyed this video, be sure to like it, share it with your fellow travelers, and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss what's coming next. And be sure to come back next week for another great video. Until then, happy travels.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.